Good morning. Welcome back to the Finca. So far March has been one of those months.
It has, but at least it's not raining.
No, bit bright.
Yes, so far this month we've had to take one of the little tabby to the vet for the semi-emergency operation.
Yeah.
The welders broke. The chicken door broke, the automatic chicken door broke, and this morning the generator wouldn't start, the battery's dead on that.
Yes.
So you're going to carry on with the line washing?
I'm carrying on with the line washing. You need to sort things out,
yes,
mate.
I think so. So we've had about 10-11 days, dull days, no sunshine. As you know, we're off grid and we rely on the sunshine. When we don't have the sunshine, we have our faithful generator here. Went to start it this morning. We only need to run it for about 30 minutes a day to charge the batteries up enough to keep us going. And it wouldn't start. The battery was flat. It turned over, not enough to fire. And so that was it. It didn't start. I managed to jump start it. I have spare batteries. So that's the first thing of today, a good start to today. So this is the battery in question. Don't know what it is, it's not even a branded type. It's done 2.5 years, which isn't too bad. Batteries over here don't last that long, especially some do really well, others don't. We get 43, 44 degrees heat in the summer and minus temperatures in the winter, so they have a pretty hard life, especially as it lives outside. So what I've got a charger that's actually got a battery recondition feature on it, which sends a pulse charge or something through the battery, which is supposed to dissolve any sulfates that have crystallized in there. Might bring it back to life a little bit, so I'm going to leave that on for 24 hours, then give it a full charge and see how it goes. On a positive note, we had some heavy rain yesterday evening, came down with quite a force, and the roof on the snug that I did, I remember I put that big gully in it where the roof sloped down and met the wall, it leaked, so I put a big gully in there to take it away. It held up really well, no water ingress, so hopefully we finally cracked that one. Next thing on my list is a service for the car. It needs oil change, oil filters, etc. It's just about on its service indicators come on. If you remember, a couple of years ago we had a major engine rebuild on it because it hadn't been looked after by its previous owner, so we're going to properly look after it. So I'm going to get that done next. So with the drain plug out, the next thing is the oil filter. It's in a really awkward place on these, and it's upside down. So it kind of, as you're slacking it off, it wants to leak oil, so I'm going to pack a rag around it to stop it. So over there, try anyway. It should go. There we go. Oil filter removal tool, or general filter removal tool. Here it comes. There we go. Wonderful. Stick a new one on now. When you put a new one on, just smear a bit of oil on the gasket. And they only want to be hand tight. You don't need the tool to put them back on. Just getting in there. There we go. Because I drained it, it is actually all drained out of there, so that's good. No mess. It's actually easier to change the oil filter if you change the fuel filter at the same time. But I did that not long ago because it was probably hadn't been changed since the car was new. Next is the air filter. It lives under here. It's actually not too bad, that, is it? I'm going to put a new one in anyway though, because I've got one. I'll let that drain for as long as I can, get every bit out we can. But next, new washer on the drain plug. I use these bonded seal rings. They're like a brass ring with a rubber insert. Very good. Stick a new one on. Cost less than pennies. And then that needs torquing up. We're using a torque wrench to the correct torque, which I'm going to have a look what it is because I can't remember. Get my torque wrench, stick this back in, then I can refill it with oil. Right, so I've got these little electronic digital torque wrenches, brilliant. I've got conventional ones as well, but these are super calibrated, super accurate, and they have a memory on them, so you can preset your torques, just scroll through the memory, so you find the one that you want, and that goes on your socket, that goes on your wrench, and it beeps, beep, 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 beep until you get to the right torque, and then it does a continuous beep, so you don't have to see what you're doing. Fantastic. So I'll get the drain plug torqued up. I've also just read that the oil filter should be torqued as well, so get them done. Things are going from bad to worse. I was torquing up the drain plug. It's supposed to be 39 Newton meters. It got to 22 and the thread stripped. It's obviously been again abused in the past, so that leaves me with a bit of a problem really. I think what I'm going to do, I need to take the sump off and either put a helicoil in it or tap a bigger thread in it and change the bolt, but I'm not doing that today. It's supposed to be raining later on, so as a temporary repair I'm just going to JB weld the nut in place. I'll get the oil back in it. Should hold for another year or so before we need to change the oil again. In the meantime I can be able to fix that at my leisure in the future. What a nightmare though. So having slept on it, I'm really not happy. You can't make this stuff up, can you? What I've done, I've lock wired the sump plug. There's a little picture. So should anything happen, it can't technically come undone. It's going to be a couple of days. I've had to order a helicoil part because my kit's missing some bits. So in a couple of days I'm going to get it done properly, take that sump off, put a helicoil thread insert into it. It'll be as good as new then. But yeah, what a nightmare we're having. But at least you should be able to use the car locally, plus it gives a super easy visual check that everything's alright. The generator battery has finished its reconditioning phase and is now charging. So the charge has come down to 0.5 amp now, so hopefully it should get to a float stage and stay there, which might mean that it's alright, fingers crossed on that one. We've got to nip into town in a bit to pick up the chicken door, the new chicken door, and various other bits as well. So, but yeah, hopefully it's going to be happier days going forwards. Another thing on my list to do is fit this solar panel on top of the generator box to charge our Bluetti. If you remember, we've got a Bluetti. It was kindly sent to us by Bluetti. Fantastic thing. Times like this when we've had like 10, 11 days now with barely any sunshine at all. The solar panels keep the batteries up enough to run our general household stuff. But you can't have too much when conditions like this. Every little bit helps, as they say. So I'm going to put this panel, it's a 350 watt panel, it's about the limit of what the Bluetti will take for charging. So I'm going to put it on top of the generator roof, put the bluetti inside. I've already got the wires through the wall ready, and then we can charge that and even use the bluetti to power things in here directly as well. So I'm going to have a look at that. It's got some brackets on it from a previous incarnation, previous use. So I'm going to pop them off, but I think they're going to want to be on the sides here. I'm going to get these off and then get it up in position and kind of mark where they want to be, have a look where they want to be. More power. You can't have too much, you know. In summer we have just masses running. In fact, in summer, when it's sunny, we have masses. We're running heaters, aircon on either heat or cool, and depending on the temperature. It's just when we get these prolonged cloudy days, it shows up any weaknesses you've got. So more is better. And just as I say that, this battery's actually gone into float now, which is a good sign, because generally if a battery's kaput it won't go up to voltage and it won't go into float. So I'm going to stick it back on the generator. It has a little solar panel that keeps it trickle charged. Perhaps just once in a while it needs a good full charge. I don't know, but we can only try it, can't we? So I'll get that done next.
So I'm just doing my lime wash, ready for the second coat on that wall. It's an endless task, but it's got to be done.
There we go, that's all put back together, and it's charging. You can see on the charger up there, if you can see that, it's got the two green lights on, which means it's charging. Excellent, so we'll see how that goes.
So we're on with it. Hopefully this is the third and final coat. Just had to put a bit more water to it because it was going on really thick, and the problem when it's too thick is it crazes. So just added a bit more water, I think that'd be better. Try not to get it on the metal frame.
So I've got my holes marked, so I'm going to drill through these, do them the same on both sides, fix the brackets, and then I'm going to fix the front to that cross piece that runs across. The back will fix to wherever it lands.
that's all the ladder work done. Just got this bit to do here now, and down this wall. Obviously I've got all the other wall to do, but it's nearly lunchtime, so I'm just going to get this finished. Finish off my lime wash, and then we'll have a bite to eat.
Right now, so the panel's fixed, the panel's wired up. This is my wire coming in, I've got plenty of it. I just need to put 2 MC4 connectors on there, same as I've done upstairs on the roof up there, to plug into these. This plugs into Bluetti, which is DC PV input socket. So I just need enough wire to be able to, I'll probably run that around the back, and so I'll get it all sorted out, get it wired up, and then we'll see. It's actually at 100% already, so we might not know if it's actually working or not for a bit, but we'll plug something into it and see what happens. Right now, so it's all wired up, it's all plugged in. I've got the UV water sterilizer plugged into it. It's using 27 watts, and it's actually pulling 65 in at the minute. It's gone off now. So we'll see how that goes. So we may as well use it. Plus, if we need to, we can still transport this anywhere we want, and it should always be fully charged. Unless it's first thing in the morning, of course, then it's been running that all night. Excellent, that is happy days. More power, another good job, well done. So we've been into town, the car is great. We've got our new pen door, fab. I've just put the batteries in, read the instructions. You can set a tyre on it, but to open and close it, you can also do it manual as well. It should be a straight fit over the other one because it's slightly bigger than the other one. So I'm going to go and get it fitted, and take the time it works when we go, well, this evening when it closes, just after dark. I have to set it, and that means it should open in the morning, save me having to get up at silly o'clock to let them out.
So after lunch, it's drying out nicely. A little bit patchy in that corner and a little bit up there, but I'm hoping that's because it's not completely dry. So we'll see what it looks like in the morning. But happy days.
There we are, that's fitted. I've just tested it. It goes up and down without obstruction. What do you think of that, ladies? They're not interested. That door should suit our temperatures. It's supposed to work from -20 Celsius to +60. That should just cover about our range. Right, so after the weekend, this wall's dried out fantastic. We're going to call that done. This wall still needs some more. I'm going to get on that in a minute. Get the top done for Sharon. The hen door is working perfectly, so that's another result. The generator battery seems to be holding a charge, which is, hopefully that's sorted for a little bit now. The panel we put on is charging Bluetti absolutely brilliantly, that's good, and the temporary repair on the car is holding up for now, so things are looking up. And even better, our Brussels sprouts are coming thick and fast. That's just this morning's. There's loads more on them, as are the peas, the pod peas. We're getting loads of them, and we've got the first of our asparagus. There's only 5 sticks at the minute, but pick them, because if you leave them too long they turn to fern, as has happened with a couple on there already. But these will keep in the fridge for a day or two, and we should be able to pick some more tomorrow, and we should get a good picking every day or every other day now for the next 8 weeks. It's coming into its 4th year old now, so we should be able to pick it for 2 months, and then after you're probably fed up of it by then anyway, after 8 weeks of eating asparagus constantly. We'll let the ferns grow, it puts more strength into the plants, makes the plants grow better and stronger. So that is super happy days. We love asparagus. Bit of olive oil and lemon juice, fried gently, a bit of salt as well, don't forget the salt. Absolutely beautiful.
So Andy's done the top bit for me. I'm just going to carry on now, get the rest of it done, and then really it's just the floor. It's it seemed to take ages. We were on the room for and then all of a sudden it's come together really quickly. I suppose that's what it does, so exciting times.
So whilst I was finishing that off, I've got the scrappiest piece of ply here, which should do for a back for this little, what we're going to make into a cupboard. It used to be the old kitchen window, very, very old, a little bit rotten in places, but still quite, I don't know, characterful and usable. So I'm going to draw around it. It just fits this window, and nail it to the back, flip it over and nail it through. By doing that, it means I'm not going to have to make any braces, because this is a bit rocky, because the back will hold it square. So yeah, let's get that done. Right, so that's cut. What I've done, the offcut of that back, I've wedged in the door here to stop the frame from flexing, so I should be able to flip it over now, and hopefully that'll stay in. Sort of like that. Check. It looks pretty good. And glue it and nail it together with the shape of this. It'll be fine once it's nailed. It's only thin. Super. Let's see what we've got. Take that out. Oh yes. That's not too bad, is it, eh? That's not too bad. This side's a little bit messy because it's rotten, but I could always put a little piece up there, but it's going to be right in the corner of that alcove, so I don't think you're going to see it. But yeah, the door opens and closes, it doesn't flex. Happy days. Needs a bit more oil on it though now, I think. Try it for size. I think that'll look quite smart in there. Excellent, so it needs more oil. Needs the back oil so you can't see it, and to make it blend in. But yeah, that's happy days. Just need to devise a way now of holding it up. Might just screw it through from the inside. I'll think about it. So there we go. Hopefully this is going to dry nice and bright and white.
It's a bit patchy at the moment, but so was that one, and that's dried great now. So
yeah, we're going to leave it there and watch it dry, watch paint dry. You've got more in your hair than you got on the
Oh, I've usually got it all over me. I thought I'd done very well today, actually.
Put all the bits. So there we go. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, please consider subscribing to the channel.
Yes.
It costs you absolutely nothing, and if you do that, check the little bell. And you'll get notified every time we upload a video, and it helps us out immensely, so thank you very much.
Thank you so much for watching.
Indeed.
Thank you to all our subscribers, everybody that's supported us through Patreon or buys a coffee, and we'll see you next time.